Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
A manhunt lasting nearly 6 hours in Clinton Township. SWAT teams, helicopters, drones, all looking for a man that fired shots inside this park.
Well, it's breaking news from Sterling Heights this afternoon. Right now, 3 people are in the hospital after their home burns. 2 firefighters were also hurt. We have a look at what might have led to the blaze. But first, we're talking heat stress and storms as we give you a look at the heat index for today. The heat index is what it's going to feel like outside, and as you can see, it is certainly going to be a scorcher in the 80s at times. The weather, of course, stopping our show here at noon. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm Evrod Kasumi. The mercury is only going to go up, and this muggy heat comes with the potential for scattered showers and storms, as we also saw yesterday. But before we get to all of that, let's take a quick look at temperatures all across Metro Detroit for you right now. Starting in Ann Arbor, where the temperature right now is 80 degrees. Then over to Mount Clemens, 77 degrees there. And then in Detroit, no relief from the heat here either. The temperature also 80 degrees. Let's turn things over to meteorologist Brandon Rue. I have a feeling it's only going to get hotter.
And sort of like a broken record as well. The heat stress, that's to your body, heat creating storms, another concern. But we are under an air quality alert, also known as an ozone action day. So it becomes difficult breathing for all of us, especially those with respiratory and heart conditions. But upper 70s to near 80 degrees just about everywhere. That's the air temperature. You add the humidity and we can add about 3 degrees. So the heat indices are low to middle 80s for most of us. That means 87 this afternoon feels like low 90s. Better than yesterday, not quite as warm or stormy. But again, we really need to be mindful of what can happen here with the sun, the heat. It's a chemical reaction with pollution and stagnant air, and it creates tough breathing conditions. So do what you can to help out, avoid fueling up and gas-powered lawn equipment. We'll take a look at the other issue, the heat-related storm chances coming up.
All right, Brandon, thank you. In the meantime, as you take a look at this video here, you'll see that the damage that storms caused in both Detroit and Macomb County yesterday. The storms also knocked out power. Last night's storms responsible for more than 75,000 customers losing power. DTE has restored power to about 45,000 customers so far, but 30,000 are still without it. DTE tells us that they are working around the clock to restore all of the power to their customers, and they expect that should happen by sometime tonight. We want to get to breaking news that we're following right now out of White Lake Township. That's where there is a serious accident that happened right at M59 and Fisk. And police are telling drivers to avoid that area of the interstate if at all possible. As you can see here, this SUV suffered some pretty significant damage to the front end of it. We're told the driver was hurt, but it's unclear at this hour what their condition exactly is. We're also following breaking news right now out of Detroit, where an investigation is underway after a man is found dead inside of a car. The man was found shot to death inside of a car on Marlowe Street. That's on the city's west side. Unfortunately, no other information has been made available, but we will keep you updated about this story as well. Even more breaking news right now, this time out of Sterling Heights. Right now, 3 people are in the hospital after their home burns. And we've also learned that 2 firefighters were hurt. We want to show you some video now. This is from the scene there. Let's get out to our Coco McAvoy. She joins us now with more and has actually been there since the news broke. Coco, what have you learned?
Yes, good afternoon, Evrod. We know 3 people were injured, 1 adult and 2 teenagers. You can see there's still an active investigation going on out here. Firefighters trying to figure out what exactly caused the fire here this morning. But neighbors tell us that a number of them banded together this morning to try to help. And family members were also out here this morning. They're understandably distraught given the circumstances. A gut-wrenching scene unfolding on Mariano Street in Sterling Heights after a fire. Family members of the victims devastated after hearing the news. 4 people were inside of the house this morning when it was overcome by smoke and flames. 3 people were injured and 2 firefighters burned.
It was just got engulfed so quickly. It was just all black smoke.
Carol Yee lives right next door and was home when the fire started.
We were on the patio and we heard somebody screaming.
She says multiple neighbors, including her husband, jumped into action.
My husband ran out He had a fire extinguisher. They broke out all the windows in the back, and the neighbor across called 911.
Now they're anxiously waiting to hear how their neighbors are doing after the fire. And as of right now, we do not know the conditions of the 3 victims. We're going to continue to check in with police officers throughout the day to try to learn more about them and what condition they're in this afternoon. And again, police are still trying to figure out what exactly caused the fire, but they believe that it started in the kitchen. Back to you.
Oh, so incredibly sad. Coco, thank you for the update there. Now to Clinton Township, where a suspected gunman is in custody after an intense manhunt. Residents were told to stay inside of their homes during the situation. They now have the all clear as the investigation continues. Local 4's Nick Monticelli has a look at what led up to all of this.
Good afternoon. Bud Park here in Clinton Township shut down for most of the morning as the Clinton Township investigators looking for any evidence that could have been left behind after a manhunt in this park and throughout these neighborhoods.
They're not allowing anyone to cross the road, so I'm just waiting.
It was a situation that shut down neighborhoods and main roads in Clinton Township. Residents told to lock their doors and windows and stay inside. A 34-year-old Clinton Township man got into a pretty heated argument with his girlfriend. He left, then came back to get his rifle and a lot of ammunition.
It seemed that he wanted to do something serious with that amount of ammunition.
Fearing for what might happen, police started looking for him and tracked him to Bud Park on Clinton River Road.
When the officers first got there, they were approached by an individual who said that he was sitting in his car in the park and somebody had fired a round and the round had went through his car.
That is when the manhunt began for a suspect now considered armed, dangerous, and somewhere in this area. 2 teams with armored vehicles started methodically searching.
Little by little, we sent in a drone. We had a chopper come over. And so we were doing small increments of things because we didn't want someone to rush down there and obviously have a bad experience.
And finally, nearly 6 hours after it started, the suspect was found passed out.
When the officers located him, he appeared to be quite incapacitated, yes. It was hot out, there was a lot of bugs, a lot of factors. He was dehydrated, so a lot of effects that had taken place on his body.
Now, as you saw in the back of that ambulance, the suspect was loaded in there and taken to a hospital just to be checked out. After that, he'll be booked into the Macomb County Jail. In Clinton Township, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
Developing right now, a Border Patrol agent breaks his silence, telling CNN being derogatory is part of the Border Patrol culture, saying he even heard a supervisor joke about dead migrants.
He was making fun of them.
Saying what?
That what difference does it make? It's just another life. He made a comment also regarding running over illegals, and I'm like, you cannot run over people.
In the meantime, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Agency has opened an investigation into vulgar and misogynistic social media posts made by members of a secret Facebook group for current and former Border Patrol agents. Now, this is a series of tweets from acting DHS Secretary Kevin McAleen. He said in part, "I have directed an immediate investigation, and any employee found to have compromised the public's trust in our law enforcement mission will be held accountable." A new government report calls the situation at the border a, quote, ticking time bomb. And now new images of overcrowded detention centers are fueling a wave of nationwide protests. Gabe Gutierrez breaks it all down from El Paso.
These newly released images are offering the clearest picture yet of what a government watchdog describes as dangerous overcrowding at migrant detention facilities. The report from the Department of Homeland Security's Office of Inspector General reveals one senior manager called the situation a ticking time bomb. Government investigators toured several Border Patrol stations in Texas's Rio Grande Valley last month. In this photo, inspectors say 82 men were crammed in a cell with a capacity of just 41. One migrant held up a sign with the word help, writing he'd been in custody for 40 days. The report says at these facilities, children had limited access to a change of clothes, and 2 facilities had not provided children access to hot meals. Investigators were concerned that overcrowding and prolonged detention represent an immediate risk to the health and safety of DHS agents and officers and to those detained.
Everyone deserves due process.
Across the country, from South Florida to New Mexico to California, protests under the hashtag Close the Camps, demanding migrant detention centers be shut down.
This is a horrific situation. No child should be treated and held in a facility for this period of time.
Federal authorities have repeatedly said they're facing an unprecedented surge of migrants.
We're burning the candle at both ends to try to reduce that backlog while continuing to support our partners at the border and processing fairly all the migrants who are coming to the border.
It's super troubling.
In El Paso, Dr. Lisa Ayub Rodriguez has treated migrant children after they were released.
Children should not be in a place where they don't have access to their basic human needs.
On Capitol Hill, House Democrats are now planning an oversight hearing on migrant detention for next week. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, El Paso, Texas.
And in a federal court now, a judge moved to block a Trump administration policy to indefinitely detain asylum seekers. A U.S. District Court judge ruled that asylum seekers detained at the border have the right to bond hearings and the chance to be released from custody under the Constitution. This reverses Trump administration's policy allowing asylum seekers subject to deportation to be detained indefinitely. Now, the ruling is the result of a suit against government agencies by the ACLU and others. All right, still to come here on Local 4 News at noon, a major warning from Iran. What they say Europe needs to do to prevent them from enriching uranium beyond the level specified under the 2015 nuclear deal. Plus, we're going to take a closer look at a new structure built to seal in radiation 33 years after the devastating Chernobyl reactor blast that caused 4,000 premature deaths.